Hello everyone, it's Succulents Box here. Today I want to share some propagation techniques to try out this upcoming growing season with your succulents. For anyone familiar with propagation, we'll be talking about rooting hormones. A rooting hormone is a chemical that helps plant cuttings take root quickly. Rooting hormones are commonly used when propagating difficult plants and encourage baby plants to grow thick, full leaves, robust root systems, and stronger stems. In general, there are two types of rooting hormones, separated by how they're produced. Synthetic rooting hormones are highly effective fertilizers made by botanists for the explicit purpose of helping propagate cuttings grow. Natural rooting hormones are items you can find at home to help with propagation. Although natural rooting hormones might not be as potent as synthetic rooting hormones, they are a lot easier to get your hands on. In addition, synthetic rooting hormones may also contain substances that can irritate or damage the eyes and skin when exposed. Before we get into the details of these natural rooting hormones, let's go over how to prepare your cuttings. First, you'll need to prepare your cuttings using either healthy leaves from the mother plant, healthy fallen leaves, or a stem cutting. When you take your cuttings, always use a pair of clean, sharp scissors or a knife. Next, we'll have to wait 2 or 3 days for the cuttings to callus over. Place them away from direct sunlight to prevent them from drying out. Now we can get to adding our rooting hormones. I'd mentioned that you can find rooting hormones in the grocery store, and the ones I'll show you today are a common household ingredient. The first ingredient here is honey. Honey is a favorite when it comes to propagation aids since it has antibacterial properties that can help cuttings stay free of any infection or fungal issues that may develop during the propagation period. Plus, it tastes great in your tea, so if you're an avid tea drinker, you'll likely have some around. For our honey mixture, you'll need to boil 2 cups of water per tablespoon of honey. By boiling the water, it'll be easier to mix. When the honey's completely dissolved in your water, let it cool to room temperature and store it in an airtight container for about 2 weeks. Once your 2 weeks have passed, you're good to go. Dip your succulent cuttings into the honey mixture at the base where you cut them before planting. Our next hormone is ground cinnamon. This spice acts kind of like honey with its antifungal properties, but it also stimulates growth like a fertilizer. Since this spice is pretty common around the world, I'm sure you'll be able to find it in the spice section of your grocery store. What you're going to do here is take your ground cinnamon and lightly dust onto a damp paper towel. About a spoonful is good, but you can just sight it. Then roll or dab your cuttings onto the paper towel to apply the cinnamon like so. The final natural hormone I'll be sharing with you is apple cider vinegar. This one's a bit tricky because apple cider vinegar contains lots of minerals that can help your plants grow, but it's also a fantastic plant killer if misused. We'll have to be precise about the apple cider vinegar, as too much vinegar can kill plants. You'll only need 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar per gallon of water for this mixture. Mix the 2 liquids together, and then dip the ends of your cuttings into the mixture before transferring them to your rooting medium. To finish propagating, place your cuttings on a pot of well-draining soil and continue to treat them as you would any other cutting. Keep them away from direct sunlight and occasionally mist the cuttings to keep your soil moist. After about 2 or 3 weeks, you should start to see some root growth. Once a baby plant has emerged from your cuttings, it should be about a ½ an inch big. You're all set to transplant them into their own pot. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more from us, feel free to drop us a line, leave a comment, and consider subscribing. For a full guide on succulent propagation and care, check out our website at succulentsbox.com. Happy gardening!
For more, you can find us at succulentsbox.com or on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest.